got maybe 2.
Maybe 2. With all those pictures, I'm still waiting for you to do a Zoom meeting.
Yeah, you know, because I got to get the pictures digitized and all of that stuff there too.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
That was a good lunch there this winter.
Yeah, nice.
Did he buy?
All right. Anyway, all right. One of the things. All right. What's the biggest problem with this tower? The way the thing has been restored, from any operator's point of view, what's the biggest problem we have here? What's not realistic about the tower?
It's too clean.
Yeah, the windows you can see out of it. All right. So in 21 different towers I worked at, the one thing I noticed was that the fewer times you worked at tower, the more likely you were to clean it. Because the people that lived there were like, yeah, we don't care. I work it extra. I had a lot of third trip around the world jobs. Those 5-tower, 5-day jobs. And I'd end up cleaning the places just to clean them. Well, one in particular, Hack Tower. It's up on a bridge. It's over at Hackensack River, New Jersey. Again, coming out the meadows, since we're talking about the meadows. So I'm up there one time, and I'm like, and the windows themselves had blackout paint, right? Like World War II blackout paint in like the top panes. You couldn't see through it. And I'm, you know what? I'm just gonna get up there and I'm just gonna take a razor blade. I'm just gonna start taking that off. I had nothing better to do. You know, it was like a Sunday. Like, all right, I'm gonna clean this up. So I started doing that, right? And I had some Windex and stuff too because I was gonna clean the bottom paints. And as I'm peeling the stuff, like, that's not blackout paint. That's nicotine. You couldn't see through the windows with the nicotine stains. So I started taking the spray. I started taking, like, the Glass Plus or whatever, and it starts to work. I have to put down newspaper now to protect everything from coming down. And now you can smell the nicotine. I'm like, holy muck. And it's dripping, and it's like getting in there. I'm sitting there, paper towels. Oh, man. So it took forever to get these things clean. Then I decided to go out. There's a catwalk that hadn't been used in about 40 years. I said, climbed out the window, kind of held it up a little, went outside, cleaned it outside, came back in, cleaned it all up again, and so now you have these clean glass windows. Great. Nice. Took all day long to do this. Cool. Now, I come back a couple days later. It's way up, right? So it's always windy up there. All right? So I'm noticing something. I'm like, every time the wind blows, I'm hearing everything rattling. Rattle. I'm like, what? I'm looking up the windows, and I realized the nicotine that was up there had acted as like a grout. Yeah. And it had filled in the old grout that was crumbling out. When I washed everything, all that water got in there, all the grout was coming out, and now every pane was loose. Every the operators never liked when you cleaned their tower. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, Vinny, I'm cleaning the tower. It's fine. I'm like, no, I gotta. So those things, and we'd stick like matchbooks. Remember matchbooks, man? Look it up, kids. Well, I use them for matches and for holding 8 tracks in place. But we were sticking everything we could to try to get these things from rattling, and it kind of worked. But then when it would rain, a little bit of water. It was. So you clean, you do the best you can. Great. One other story I have. The first tower I worked at was Hunter Tower, all right, outside of Newark. And so I'm up there, and I posted with the old tower, Vinny and these people. And I remember, I learned the tower, and then I was one of my first times working. It was like in the summer of '87, and my relief had come in, and so I was sitting there shooting the shit and all that, just talking. And a friend of mine who had been in operator's class with me that Kenny Fall taught, it was his first day working Lane Tower. Now Lane was just a little further, about 1.5 miles further west. Wasn't that busy of a place at that time. A lot of freight used to come out on the corner, out of the Waverly's there at one time, but it only had 3 tracks. Track 1 went up over the top and didn't control that. So it was a lot of just pull the signals up. These are all Model 14, it's a small one. Pull the signals up. He's calling the dispatcher, the trains are calling, everything stopped. Everything is stopped at Lane. And they can't figure out what's going on. They're going to try to get a maintainer down. Probably at the bar, who knows. Try to get a maintainer to go down there. you know, and he's panicking. You hear him on the block race first. I don't know what's going on. I can't get, nothing is working. Nothing is working. That's the model, USNS Model 14, right? So levers go back and forth, right? It's a whole, you know, thing. He can't, he says nothing is moving. I'm like, oh crap, I'll go down there. I just got relieved. I'll go down and help him out. So I walk into the tower. The lane is small. It's about, it had a power board about twice as big as that because it was a section board, and the tower itself only came up to about maybe here to that small. You had to go outside to change your mind. Anyway, so I go in there and I'm looking. I'm like, Dom, he's like, I don't know, I can't. Nothing's working. I say that I'm looking at the machine, going, man, what? I'm looking and something isn't right, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I'm looking and I'm like, Don, you got every switch reverse. Every one of them. So, you know, you look, it was all lined, but everything was reverse. But when you first look at it, you know, it looks right, because everything is one way.
Yeah.
Like, Don, you reversed everything trying to get something. Just, well, all right, let's put everything back. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, everything's moving. All right, I don't know. The maintainer shows up, make something up, Don. You can't tell the dispatcher what happened. He said, I said, I don't know, they made something up. Yeah, I had to adjust some sort of a lock rod, you know, Gunther was a left-handed screwdriver, I had to go get out of the smoke shifter, and then the Gunther, and I was able to make some moves, and everything was fine. And so, you know, I don't know if anybody found out about it upstairs eventually. It was always my secret with him. But everything, so everything started with like, thanks, I appreciate it. I'm like, R for reverse to the right. He said, I know, I was just moving stuff around and I put everything back normal. That's how I thought. That was great. That was fun to see that one. So.
But talk about screwing up.